The Battle of Cantigny, America's first true test in World War I. May 28, 1918. Northern France, a quiet village with stone houses, narrow roads, and fields scarred by war. Its name was Cantigny. By nightfall, it would be written into American history. At this moment in time, the world was already exhausted. World War I had been raging for nearly 4 years. Empires were collapsing. Entire generations were being lost in trenches filled with mud, gas, and blood. Europe had paid a terrible price. The United States had entered the war late. In April of 1917, America declared war on Germany. But for many Allied commanders, there was doubt. American soldiers were brave, but untested. Could they fight modern industrial war? Could they hold the line against veteran German divisions? The answer would come at Cantigny. The target was not large, just a small German salient pushing into Allied lines, but its position. The Battle of Cantigny, America's first true test in World War I. May 28, 1918. Northern France, a quiet village with stone houses, narrow roads, and fields scarred by war. Its name was Cantigny. By nightfall, it would be written into American history. At this moment in time, the world was already exhausted. World War I had been raging for nearly 4 years. Empires were collapsing. Entire generations were being lost in trenches filled with mud, gas, and blood. Europe had paid a terrible price. The United States had entered the war late. In April of 1917, America declared war on Germany. But for many Allied commanders, there was doubt. American soldiers were brave, but untested. Could they fight modern industrial war? Could they hold the line against veteran German divisions? The answer would come at Cantigny. The target was not large, just a small German salient pushing into Allied lines, but its position was dangerous. Cantigny sat on high ground, surrounded by thick woods. From there, German artillery observers could see everything, every movement, every supply route. If the Americans could take it and hold it, they would prove themselves. The mission was assigned to the U.S. 1st Division, known as the Big Red One. It was the most experienced American division in France. Among the 5 U.S. divisions present, they were considered the best prepared. Even so, this would be their first major independent attack. No British command, no French command, just Americans leading Americans. The planning was meticulous, every detail calculated. Artillery schedules, infantry movement, communications, reinforcements. Failure was not an option. Because American resources were still limited, France provided critical support: heavy artillery, trench mortars, aircraft, and tanks. French Schneider tanks from the 5th Tank Battalion. Their mission was simple but deadly: destroy German machine gun nests that could stop the advance. As dawn approached, the battlefield went silent. Then, at 6:45 a.m., the artillery began. For 1 full hour, shells slammed into German positions. Counter-battery fire targeted enemy guns. The earth shook. Smoke covered the fields. This was not chaos. It was preparation. Then, the barrage began to move forward. A creeping barrage, advancing 100 meters every 2 minutes. The timing was exact. Too fast, and the infantry would be exposed. Too slow, and the Germans would recover. Behind the explosions, American soldiers climbed out of their trenches, men of the 28th Infantry Regiment, rifles in hand, packs on their backs, moving forward, step by step. They were joined by elements of the 18th Infantry Regiment, machine gun companies, combat engineers. In total, more than 3,500 men. As they advanced, German resistance began to break. Machine gun positions were destroyed by tanks and flamethrowers. The artillery did its work, and within 30 minutes, Cantigny was taken. American flags did not fly. There was no celebration, only movement. The troops pushed forward beyond the village, reaching their final objectives, digging in, preparing for what everyone knew was coming, the counterattacks. At 8:30 a.m., the first German response came, a probing attack against the American right flank. It failed. Then came artillery. For hours, German guns fired relentlessly, shell after shell, trying to break the new American positions, trying to force them back. As the day wore on, the pressure increased. At 5:10 p.m., a major counterattack began. German infantry moved forward. American lines bent, but did not break. A weak point appeared, and into that gap stepped history. A company from the 26th Infantry Regiment, commanded by Major Theodore Roosevelt, Jr., the son of President Theodore Roosevelt, a man who could have stayed behind, but did not. Under fire, his men reinforced the line. The counterattack was stopped. Then, at 6:40 p.m., another German assault. Again, it failed. For 2 more days, the pattern continued: attack, artillery, assault. And each time, American soldiers held their ground. When the fighting ended, the results were clear. The German salient was gone. The American front expanded by nearly 1 mile. 250 German prisoners were captured, but victory came at a cost. 1,603 American casualties, 199 killed in action. Each one a name, a family, a story. Among them, Matthew B. Jewin, a Pima Native American, the first known soldier from Arizona to die in World War I. Militarily, Cantigny was a limited success. Elsewhere, larger battles were being fought. But symbolically, Cantigny changed everything. It proved that American divisions could be trusted to attack, trusted to defend, trusted to stand when pressure came. French commanders took notice. So did the Germans. America was no longer inexperienced. America had arrived. Soon there would be Château-Thierry, soon Belleau Wood, battles that would become legends, but they all began here at Cantigny. Years later, monuments rose from the soil, stone markers, bronze statues, silent witnesses. One inscription reads, "Erected by the United States of America to commemorate the first attack by an American division in the World War." Another honors the 1st Division for capturing Cantigny and holding it against repeated counterattacks. Today, the village is peaceful, but the ground remembers. Cantigny was not about conquest, it was about proof that American soldiers could endure, could adapt, could fight and hold. It was a moment forged in iron and remembered with honor.